Welcome to today's video. Against all odds, Sarah Mitchell's inspiring rise to success. This is a powerful story of resilience, determination, and unwavering self-belief. Sarah's journey from rock bottom to incredible achievement shows us that no matter how dark the road may seem, there's always a way forward. Whether you're struggling to find direction or looking for motivation, Sarah's story is a reminder that success is possible for anyone willing to fight for it. The beginning, a struggle to survive. Sarah Mitchell wasn't born into privilege or comfort. In fact, her early years were marked by extreme difficulty. Growing up in a small, poverty-stricken town, Sarah faced obstacles from the very beginning. Her father worked 2 jobs just to make ends meet, while her mother, struggling with health issues, was unable to contribute financially. By the time Sarah was a teenager, she had learned what it meant to go without: the lack of opportunities, limited access to education, and the constant uncertainty of survival. But through all of this hardship, Sarah carried with her a spark, a drive. She had always been a dreamer, even in the bleakest of situations. Despite the daily struggles her family faced, Sarah believed that her future could be different. She didn't know how, and she didn't know when, but she knew she would find a way to build a better life. And yet, after graduating high school, reality hit hard. With no money for college and no connections, Sarah was forced to take a low-wage job at a local diner. The hours were long, the pay was poor, and the dream she had always clung to seemed further and further away. The first turning point, a glimpse of hope. One night, as Sarah was finishing a grueling double shift at the diner, she overheard a conversation between 2 regular customers. They were talking about an upcoming workshop in a nearby city, an event designed to help aspiring entrepreneurs build their own businesses. The words echoed in Sarah's mind: build their own businesses. It was like a light bulb went off in her head. Sarah had always been fascinated by the idea of entrepreneurship, but had never seriously considered it as an option for herself. How could she? She had no money, no experience, and no one to guide her. But something about that conversation stayed with her. She couldn't stop thinking about the possibilities. The workshop wasn't free. It cost more than she made in a week, but Sarah knew she had to find a way to attend. For the next month, she saved every penny she could, skipping meals and working extra shifts to scrape together enough money to cover the fee. And when the day of the workshop finally arrived, Sarah walked in with nothing but a notebook and a burning desire to learn. A new path, discovering her potential. That workshop changed everything for Sarah. It opened her eyes to the world of business and entrepreneurship, showing her that there were countless ways to create something meaningful, even with limited resources. More importantly, it gave her hope. The speakers were ordinary people, just like her, who had built their own businesses from the ground up. Inspired, Sarah started to dive deeper into the world of entrepreneurship. She spent every spare moment learning about marketing, finance, and business development. She read books, watched online courses, and connected with anyone who could offer advice. It wasn't easy. She was still working long hours at the diner, and her progress was slow, but for the first time in a long time, she felt like she was moving toward something. But learning was only half the battle. Sarah needed a plan. She spent months brainstorming ideas, looking for a business she could start with little capital but a lot of passion. Eventually, she found it: a mobile beauty service. Sarah had always loved makeup and skincare, and she realized that many women in her town didn't have access to high-quality beauty services. So, she took a leap of faith. With her savings, she bought a basic set of tools and products, created a simple website, and started offering beauty services that could be delivered directly to clients' homes. It wasn't glamorous, and she started with just a handful of clients, but Sarah was determined to make it work. Facing setbacks, overcoming challenges. The early days of Sarah's business were far from easy. She struggled to find clients, and many days She wondered if she had made a huge mistake. Some people in her community doubted her, telling her that it was foolish to think she could succeed in such a competitive industry. Others didn't take her seriously because she was young and inexperienced. But every time Sarah felt like giving up, she reminded herself why she had started in the first place. She was doing this not just for herself, but for her family and her future. She couldn't go back to the life she had before, so the only option was to move forward. Slowly, Sarah's hard work began to pay off. She built relationships with her clients, always going the extra mile to provide excellent service. Word of mouth spread, and before long, her calendar was booked solid. People admired her passion and professionalism, and her reputation grew. With each new success, Sarah reinvested in her business. She upgraded her equipment, expanded her services, and even hired a small team to help meet the growing demand. What had started as a one-woman operation had now grown into a thriving mobile beauty business, serving clients across multiple cities. The breakthrough: building a brand. As her business continued to grow, Sarah began to think bigger. She wanted to do more than just offer services. She wanted to create a brand that empowered women to feel beautiful and confident. So, she launched her own line of beauty products, carefully crafted and designed with her clients in mind. It was a bold move, and there were many moments of doubt. But once again, Sarah's perseverance paid off. Her products became a hit, and her brand gained national recognition. She was invited to speak at industry conferences, sharing her story with thousands of aspiring entrepreneurs. Sarah had gone from a struggling waitress to a successful business owner, and her story became an inspiration to many. She had proven that no matter where you come from, with enough determination and hard work, you can create the life you've always dreamed of. The lessons. What Sarah's journey teaches us. Sarah's journey is a testament to the power of perseverance. It teaches us that success isn't about where you start. It's about how willing you are to keep going, even when the odds are stacked against you. Sarah could have given up at any point along the way, but she didn't. She believed in herself, even when others didn't. Her story also reminds us that success is not always immediate. It takes time, effort, and a lot of patience. Sarah didn't achieve her dreams overnight. It took years of hard work, sacrifice, and countless setbacks. But she stayed committed, and eventually her efforts paid off. Finally, Sarah's journey shows us that we all have the power to create our own opportunities. Even if the path isn't clear, even if you don't have all the resources you need, you can still find a way. All it takes is a spark of belief, a willingness to learn, and the courage to take that first step. Conclusion: your own journey. If you're watching this today and you feel like you're stuck in a difficult place, maybe you're working a job you hate, or you feel like your dreams are out of reach, remember Sarah's story. Success isn't about luck or circumstance. It's about grit and determination. You have the power to create the life you want, but you have to be willing to fight for it. Thank you for joining us today. Let Sarah Mitchell's journey inspire you to keep pushing forward, no matter the obstacles. You have the strength, the talent, and the resilience to overcome any challenge that comes your way. So don't give up. Your story is just beginning.